DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
All right, everybody, welcome into Fresh Takes with Russo and Felice. We're back, summertime in full swing. Paul Russo, Nick Felice here.
And Tommy Pham's here.
And Ricardo Rincon. We bring up those names because MLB trade deadline is tomorrow. We're obviously here on Wednesday, trade deadline on Thursday. So we'll get into a bunch of different stuff involving that. Watkins Glen, NASCAR next weekend. We won't obviously have a show next week, so we'll jump into that. And a couple other odds and ends types things, I'm sure. So, Nick, good to see you. How has things been in the past couple weeks here?
Yeah, I was a little disappointed, but it's all right. I watched Jurassic World Rebirth without you.
My bad.
You know, it's not the same without you there, but I don't agree with the ratings.
Okay. We'll let you cook on that maybe.
The ratings weren't great is what I'm trying to say. The ratings weren't great, and I think it was better than the ratings is what I'm trying to say.
Fair. Yeah, we'll let you cook on that there at the end of the podcast. Do a little movie review for you. So, thank a couple more of our sponsors today, including GoNet Speed. Future of connection is here, and it's fiber made for how we live and work today. GoNet Speed fiber, faster and stronger than anything out there. You can check availability in your area as well as plans and pricing at gonetspeed.com and get ready for fast and reliable fiber internet straight to your home. And the Cuba Lake Wine Trail, from your first sip to the last look on the lake, Cuba Lake Wine Trail will impress and inspire you. America's first wine trail. You can truly choose your own path when you visit the winery, soak in the scenery, make memorable moments with friends. You can plan your trip at CubaWineTrail.com. So I just got another notification involving the trade deadline. Exciting stuff there.
What happened?
Nothing officially, but apparently the Twins are making Duran available.
Nothing bigger than Austin Slater going to the Yankees?
Well, we can jump into a lot of that stuff, obviously. So it's an interesting time of year, obviously, with the MLB trade deadline. Kind of maybe got, I don't know about officially a little jump early this year or what, but it seemed like the news and the rumors and stuff like that were a bit more heavy early on, I would say it felt like this year compared to last. I don't know if it's just because, even on the National League side of things, to be completely fair, kind of feels like things are a little bit more opened up right now.
Many sellers.
A lot of sellers, but a lot of buyers, it feels like. Yeah. And even then, the buyers feel like, they might sell off certain things if it means they can get something else in return. Like the Padres are a pretty good example of that, the way it seems like, if they feel like they can't, the way it seems, for example, retain Dylan Cease, be on the move, it appears to be. It's interesting. We're kind of coming from, at least team-wise, right, opposite ends of the aisle, as a lot of the longtime people know. Yankees look to be buyers at the deadline. Pirates look to be sellers at the deadline this year. So we're probably viewing things from a bit different lens, probably a little bit overall this year, Nick. But the fact remains, this is a pretty exciting time of year for us as fans. Also, a little nugget here with fantasy ownership too. I know, for example, with me, I have Mackenzie Gore. He's scheduled he should be pitching right now. Didn't get any notification that he got pulled, so I'm guessing, at the very least, he's making what possibly, for example, could be his final start as a National.
Yep.
And
I don't agree with that one at all.
I don't get that one either. We can get into some of that too here in a second. But early impressions so far of some of the hot stove stuff going on. We've had Josh Naylor go to Seattle. A lot of stuff happening already, kind of involving those type of players. So what's it been like for you here early on?
I think Josh Naylor going to Seattle has been the biggest move so far. Mm-hmm. Very disappointed in this start of this week already because it's been so quiet. I mean, the big news was this Dominguez reliever guy getting traded yesterday.
Sir Anthony, he has a first name.
So that was the big news. So it's been kind of slow. Ryan McMahon, going to McMahon. How do you say his name? McMahon?
Ryan McMahon?
Is that McMahon, not McMahon?
I thought it was McMahon.
I was always wondering that. But anyway, you know who he is. You guys know who he is.
We know who he is.
The Rockies third baseman. Now with the Yankees. That's been kind of one of the bigger news. A lot bigger than, I guess, Ahmed Rosario.
The disrespect.
And Austin Slater. But I expect some more moves to be made tonight and into tomorrow. Obviously, I think they pushed it back, the deadline, to 6 o'clock. So there's a lot of chances move. Nobody really plays tomorrow. 6 teams only play tomorrow. So it's a lot of teams in action. Paul did mention that his team is the buyers and my team's the sellers. My team should not do anything because we got a bad man running the team still. He's not allowed to touch anyone.
We'll get to that in a second.
He can't trade anyone. He shouldn't even be allowed to trade Connor Fleffa or Heaney. He already traded my guy Frazier, Adam Frazier. He's not allowed to do anything more. He's supposed to be gone on Friday. But that being said, I do expect them to do something selling-wise. And you mentioned a little bit, there's teams that are in the middle there. Are they content? Are they in the hunt? Are they not? And with the 3 wild cards, since this era has been going on, the 3 wild card era, those teams that are like 3 to 10 games back, they're like, maybe we got a shot. They're kind of like half selling, half buying. They want to try to still compete this year, but they're also thinking about the future. So that's what the mindset with those teams is. Teams like the Pirates that are in the bottom, there's only like 6 of them or something like that. But those teams are straight selling. We're in rebuild mode, which is ridiculous that we're in year 6 with the same general manager. We're still in rebuild mode. But, that's where we are. And those teams are full sellers.
Yeah, so good bridge here quickly before we kind of really get back into the deadline stuff. It's always interesting this time of year because you also, amongst the trade deadline stuff, you sometimes usually get the feelers out, right, Nick, of kind of where teams kind of view, like you mentioned, kind of like the future of where they're kind of heading, right? Interesting report comes out, as we know, Pirates fired Shelton now, 2 months ago, pretty much? Kind of crazy to think about it like that. But retained Ben Cherington, clearly at least now through the trade deadline portion of things. Interesting report, though, comes out initially through Ken Rosenthal. He had the exclusive initially on it. But comes out that Bob Dunning kind of was just like, hey, here's the deal. $20 million, Ben Cherington. Go out, get some guys, figure this deal out, right? Because this past offseason, I kind of thought the Pirates were in a good spot, I kind of thought initially, to try and maybe, do I think they go and do what, say, maybe the Cubs have done so far this year? Maybe necessarily not, but I figured they'd at least be wild card-ish area.
And they take a step back.
Right, and they do take the step back. Anyway, Dunning comes out and says, hey, $20 million, go. Figure it out. Cherington apparently spent a good chunk of that, $14 million, on analytics only within the department, and then spent the remaining $6 million on personnel. I don't get it. To me, that would have been a pretty big nail in the coffin, if I'm being totally honest, if it kind of went against what I told you to do. So as a Pirates fan, I can't imagine that makes you feel any good, but how now viewing it through that scope too, with the trade deadline and everything going on, what is this path forward for that team? Because like you said, right, they've taken a step back this year when it really probably should have been a step forward here.
Yes. Well, first of all, you fire the general manager. That is should be done. Should have been done a couple years ago now. Hasn't won anything in 6 years at the job. Not a lot of even general managers or managers or anything get 6 years to try to do something, and you've failed 6 straight years. So that's first of all. Get a new guy in there. Get a new image for the team, a new mindset, new strategies. It just goes top to bottom, and they get so distracted because we got Bubba Chandler and Connor Griffin, who are like top 5 in prospects right now in all of baseball. The rest of the minor leagues, not so great. Greensboro Grasshoppers, which is the Pirates High A team, is having a great year. They've had 2 combined perfect games in like a week span this year, which was nuts. And they're having a great year. Indianapolis is playing well, but the thing with Cherington, he understands how to I won't ever say the word develop. I was about to say the word develop. He understands how to get pitchers. He doesn't understand hitting. In all his trades, you can go back if you want. Look at all his trades that he's done. Not once has he ever acquired a legit hitter. Even his one guy last season, Joey Bart, has taken a huge step back this year. No power from Bart whatsoever.
Yeah. And
you're like, well, he's got Cruz. Cruz was acquired by the previous general manager. What about McCutchen? He was acquired, or he was drafted by the general manager 2 general managers ago. So, and Reynolds was the previous general manager. So our key hitters that we have on our team are not even his guys. So that's the first thing. We got to get rid of him. Get a new guy in. Obviously, I know things aren't going to change in the long haul because we have the same owner. And I understand all the problems lead back to our owner, Bob Nutting, who is cheap. And it's just not like, he's not a baseball guy at all. He's terrible at hiring people. And yeah, he might hire someone terrible again, but at least it's a different guy. Yeah. Give this team, give the fans something, give them some hope at least, because we only got a few more years with Skeens, knowing the track record of this franchise, and his value just keeps going up, up, and up.
And maybe not even that, because a guy like him, or any pitcher now, frankly, you have to worry about whatever time bomb his elbow is, you know. So.
I know this sounds crazy for how bad the Pirates have been hitting-wise this year, but I think they're 2 hitters away from really being a great team. The pitching has been unbelievable this season. I don't know if any team has ever had the most shutouts in the season and been shut out the most. I don't know if that's ever been done. Pirates, I think, are second in shutouts by pitching-wise, and they're definitely, I'm pretty sure they're last in hitting-wise. But I don't know if that's ever been. But the pitching has been phenomenal this season.
Yeah.
I give a lot of credit to our guy we just got.
Don Kelly.
No, he's the assistant pitching coach. I forget his name right now. I don't have it on the top of my head, but it was his older guy that they brought in this year, and he's been really good.
It's a Phil Joust.
No, it's I'll get it back to you. I'll look it up in a second. But I give a lot of credit to him because the pitching has taken a huge step forward this year.
And I think that was a spot where I think in the offseason we both agreed that was kind of like the sketchy area potentially. But yeah, I don't know. I want good things for the Pirates. I mean, you know this. I think a lot of people know this. Like I genuinely do want good things. I went to college in Western Pennsylvania. I know a lot of Pirates fans.
I think you're somewhat of a Pirates fan.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. It's a rich history.
Brett Strom is his name.
Yeah, that's who. Yeah, that's who. He was formerly with the Astros.
Yes,
he was a big part of that. He was a big part of the reason why guys like, kind of funny, the Pirate connection here a little bit, but like Garrett Cole, right?
Charlie Morton.
Yeah, guys like them. So
he's done a great job this year.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. I don't know. Keeping, I guess, in mind with maybe teams sort of like that in the selling area.
But we need 2 more hitters. That's all I'll ask.
So
I think we need 2 more good hitters.
We'll look to the offseason for that for the Pirates at this point.
Yes. The thing about, just to get off one more thing about the Pirates, do nothing here. I don't want anything. I don't want anything to happen. Can we make that happen, please? Nothing. Do not let this guy trade anyone. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Keep it the same. I know this team's not going to win, but this is a disaster. Just let this season die.
Die. Oh, okay. Speaking of teams that took a step back, looking to sell, Cleveland sticks out. Looks like now they're really listening to offers on guys that they said initially maybe not. Stephen Kwan's kind of, I think, the big name kind of there in that realm. Shane Bieber rehabbing. Looks like he might be on the move by
Luis Ortiz.
This time tomorrow. Well, Luis
Manuel
Ortiz
Clase
will not be on the move, at least in the baseball sense. Some of these teams are surprising sellers. I know we kind of mentioned like the teams that view themselves as contention, but with rentals, they might move them. San Diego, we kind of already mentioned, come to mind a little bit here.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington, middle of a rebuild type thing, and now it's
they were supposed to take a step forward this year.
Yeah, and they just have not either.
James Wood, good player though.
Yeah. Who do you or some of these bigger names that we should probably be expecting to see at this point? That
I like to think Suarez. I know he got hit with the pitch, but he got hit in the pitch with the All-Star game too.
Yeah.
I like to think he's the big name.
And that's the way it sounds right now. It's still going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, we know Suarez. We've known him for a while now. I think this is as high as his value will ever be, is what he is at right now. And I think if you're Arizona, which they've already shown, they traded Naylor, they're ready to sell, which kind of stinks because the Diamondbacks just made the World Series 2 years ago, and now they're already selling off the team. But yeah, I think you should trade Suarez. I think you can get us something for it. You mentioned Gore, which I don't agree with.
No, I don't. That one I don't understand.
Not too often you get to actually say you dominated a trade.
Yeah.
And they dominated that Soto trade.
Yeah.
They got Gore, Abrams, Wood, all in that trade. Those are like their three pieces of their team right now.
Yeah.
I would not touch Gore. Don't trade him. Keep him on the team, just like the Pirates. Keep Keller. Do not trade him. Duran's kind of interesting because when Clase went, because he was expected to get traded, Clase, and when he went out, guys like Duran, Bednar, Helsley, these closers have gotten a little bit more valuable. More people want these closers right now. And trust me, everybody needs more relief pitching.
Yeah, you can never have too many arms at the end of the day.
Nope. So I think a reliever is going to get traded.
I think one of them might be from the Pirates now.
Yeah,
I think
as much as it kills me.
I think Bednar gets moved.
As much as it kills me, I'd rather have Bednar go than Santana. Santana's had a great year, and he'll fit right into closer.
Yeah.
Got the save last night. Looked pretty dominant.
Yeah.
I think he'll fit in. I know I wouldn't be surprised if Bednar got traded, but I'm gonna say no. I don't think he gets traded. I don't think this general manager is allowed to touch him.
All right, I'm gonna rattle off some names here. We'll see how you feel about them. Okay. One name that's kind of popped up in a couple of days recently that kind of perked my interest a little bit, but I can understand why. Cedric Mullen.
Yes, they need pitching.
Okay.
They'll trade him for pitchers.
Okay. You mentioned him, Ryan Helsley.
No.
Okay.
I think the Cardinals still feel like they're in it. They won't trade him.
Okay. I always butcher his first name, so I apologize. Julio Duran.
Yeah, I don't know. Duran?
Yeah.
No. I think it's all talk.
Okay.
I don't think the Twins will pull the trigger.
Okay. Another name has now been brought up involving the Twins. Joe Ryan. Big arm.
I know. He's having a great year.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So you're saying no to there too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it's going to be just this beginning of the trade deadline makes me think it's going to be a little boring.
Yeah. So when I say Brian Hayes as well, then you're leaning no.
No, because I have an inside source with the Pirates. I don't think they're going to let this guy do it.
Yeah.
He's only going to do minor trades.
Because I still think a team that doesn't get Suarez, I feel like it would try really hard to get Hayes.
Yep.
I feel like it.
Yeah,
but that's fair. That's fair if you feel that way.
Yep. I'm going to say no to Hayes.
I don't think they necessarily sell the couple names I will bring up here involving this team, but it's an interesting spot given the way the past couple weeks have played out for them after being red hot. Alex Bregman.
Now, I heard Correa. I heard a rumor with Correa.
You kind of took where I was going to lead with this a little bit. So I respect that of you from getting that out of me.
Not to keep the no train going, but I'm going to go no.
Okay. But what about Correa then?
See, now that
you kind
there's always that one trade you're like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And you mentioned that the Twins might be selling a little.
Yeah.
I think they'll keep their pitching. Mm-hmm. Yes, I think Correa gets traded.
Interesting.
When I heard him, the Astros, I think that makes sense.
Okay.
I think the Astros do it.
Let's go back to Arizona a little bit here because really a lot of the talk obviously is on Suarez, but do we see – I'm going to combine them here because I feel like they'll do one but not both. Do we see Zach Gallen go, or is it Merrill Kelly that goes? Or both. I don't think it's both. I think it's one or the other.
I got a hot one here.
I think it's one or the other.
I think Gallen stays.
Okay.
I think Kelly gets traded.
Okay.
I think Suarez gets traded. I got a hot one.
Yep.
Ketel Marte gets traded.
You know, if they're selling the way they are, it makes more sense, I feel like, to do Marte than it does Suarez. Am I wrong?
No. I think Marte's going to break the news tomorrow.
Okay.
Him getting dealt.
I respect that. I like
Where? The Mets.
Interesting. Okay.
Phillies are good.
Ever the name in these cycles the past 5 years? Luis Robert.
I think he finally gets traded.
Okay.
But I'm not high on it.
Yeah.
They didn't trade him last year.
Yeah.
I think maybe someone's going to go for him tomorrow.
Interesting. Do you think somebody goes for another reclamation project? Sandy Alcantara.
No.
That's a lot of damage goods potentially. For a contending team, I don't think you do that. I will say this. I bet you he's on the move, but I bet you it ain't to a guy, a buyer.
No.
I bet you it's a change of scenery type
I think he stays.
deal.
They might trade him this offseason,
Yeah.
but I think he stays right now.
Interesting.
Stephen Kwan, don't get that one at all.
I get it, but don't get it.
I hope not.
I had this conversation with my buddy yesterday, kind of involving this. For as much as we hyped up Cleveland's pipeline there for a couple of years, like none of the guys have really delivered. The only way I would move Quan is like I think you gotta get two teams like top 10, two of the top 10
They're
guys.
going to want something. He's a very valuable. You put him on a stacked lineup,
Yeah,
great player.
that's the part that pains me is like, and I get it. Like the Dodgers sniffing around him makes no surprise to me. You know what I mean? Like
I think Luis Severino gets traded.
yeah, the interesting part about the A's, right, is they have those guys under contract for pretty good, but they're also very controllable. Like I think another name to keep an eye on involving the A's, and again, the third baseman dilemma is a guy like Urshela. Has battled injury this year, but has shown when he's healthy. I mean, he can play.
It just sucks because the A's finally go out and sign like
Yeah.
a pitcher to a big contract like that
Yeah,
this offseason. They're just going to trade him.
yeah.
That just kind of sucks. But
Makes no surprise to us, though. Let's be fair.
Suarez,
it's
though,
the A's.
where does Suarez go?
So I've been having that internal struggle.
Here's my
personally. Go
He
ahead.
goes to Cincinnati.
That's who I've been thinking.
Because of the reunion. There's a reunion.
It's not so
there.
much of that as much as it is like Cincinnati's is a legitimate kind of like bat away.
I feel like Cincinnati's going to want to do something.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they want to go out and get the big name.
And that's the tough part where it's interesting how both his former teams are kind of the two main in on him.
Yeah. I just don't know if Seattle does this and goes for him, then they're all in.
My main thing with the Seattle front, even though it makes total I want to preface it with this. It makes total sense, right? Is why didn't they just do something in the offseason then?
Yep.
Like, that's my main thing with the Seattle one, right? The Reds, I understand it, right? Because you had Candelario there where it just – he regressed so badly in such a short amount of time they had to move off of him. Mm-hmm. But, like, going into this year, Cincinnati didn't need to do that move, right? Because they were kind of at that spot where it's like their next step is just when they brought Francona in, right, is just making sure, like, these guys are actually, like, good that we can, like, do this. And it's very apparent that they are.
Another question for you.
Yeah.
Are the Tampa Bay Rays sellers or buyers? Are they in between there?
I think it's just the usual race thing where it's like the guys like the perfect example, right? It's the Danny Jansen where it's like ship him off because he's a free agent at the end of the year, but bring in the guy who's doing equally what he's doing at a lesser pay rate, and you control him for another 2.5 years, and Nick Fortes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I will say this: Miami surprised me by sending him away, only because he's been a decent enough cornerstone on what is a team that, like, okay, do I think they make the playoffs? No, but they are very much so going to have a say in probably who gets there. I mean, that's a decent team this year that's kind of sprung up.
Yep.
And from a team that doesn't have a lot of, like, firepower. That's why it caught me off guard that they traded him, because I'm, like, sitting there going, like, you know, I don't see it. I get it, but, like, I just don't see it. Now, they're probably, I don't know if they did it officially yet. They got a guy in AAA who I actually saw when they played up in Rochester, their AAA team, in Joe Mack, who is pretty good. It will be interesting to kind of see how he does at the big league level, but I probably would have kept Forte. Maybe it's just a sign that, like, hey, we're going to be technically selling, but, like, you're going to have to give us stuff. You know what I mean?
Clayton McCullough should be up for manager of the year.
I think he is, technically. I think he is. I think the tough part is, for a lot of people, the fact that they aren't, like, the best record for them probably is going to be, like, right at 500. You know what I mean?
And that's unbelievable.
Right. And but the perception of that, though, is, right, for I think a lot of people, even in the media, is like, for us, we recognize it's like, for that team, that's like, holy shit, right? Like, you know, like.
I thought they might win 50 games.
But for a lot of the media and a lot of the viewing public, right, they view that as just like, who gives a shit?
Yep.
You know.
I think the most disappointing team tomorrow is going to be the Toronto Blue Jays.
They're in a tough spot only because they hate moving off of guys, and it's just one of those things where it's like, you had to, like, be willing to give up something to get something.
Isn't it crazy? Wasn't it last year they were thinking about trading Bichette and Guerrero?
Yeah.
And now they're first place.
That's my hot take, is I would not be surprised, even with them being in first place, if you see Bichette be moved. If it meant bringing in...
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, like, a good... So, like, it's funny given the fact of, like, the bounce-back year he's had this year. But, like, I could definitely see something where it's like, we'll give you Bichette if we get, like, Joe Ryan. I can see that happening.
Like that. Helps both teams.
But it has to be... To me, in order to do that, it has to be, like, we are getting, like... If it's not your best guy, it's, like, your second best guy. Yeah. You know, like, it has to be that. That's my hot take. I could see Bichette being...
And then Craig gets traded.
Yeah. I could see it, so... Yeah. Yeah.
We done with the trade on
yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything. Let me double check here. I got nothing, so
we got the perfect transition topic here. Let's talk about the Speedway Classic.
That's true. So
perfect transition top.
It's projecting out. Actually, I guess it's technically official. It is going to break the record for most attended baseball game ever. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not saying, like, it's one of those, like, things where I feel like it's like, if you aren't doing it, like, it's must-watch TV, because it's just, like, I don't think it falls in that. I'm just saying, I think for people like us, it's like, we're going to watch, you know.
So it's the first ever MLB game in Tennessee.
Correct. Which kind of caught me off guard, actually.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy that there's not a lot of MLB teams in the South. Where there's a lot of
yes and no, but that goes back to, like, 50-plus years ago.
Which is a lot of...
Oh!
Someone got traded?
Oh, my God!
Really?
You're seeing it right now. Oh, my God. Right on cue. Brian Hayes to the Reds. Wow.
Wow. Live reaction.
That is... All right, Nick. Floor is yours.
Well, I was going to say how great the Speedway Classic was, but screw the Speedway Classic. They stole our third baseman.
I didn't... You talk this out quick. I'm going to see if I can see anything about a possible return.
Well, here's the thing. Brian Hayes is not Mitch Keller. Mitch Keller gets
actually correct.
Mitch Keller gets traded in these next 2 days. I'm going to absolutely lose it. Should he have traded Brian Hayes? I don't even know what we got. I don't even care if it's Johnny Bench. I.
Oh, wow.
He
I do have the return, by the way.
Let's hear it.
Shortstop prospect Sammy Stafura and reliever Taylor Rogers. So if they're bringing in Rogers, I feel like somebody in that bullpen's now for sure on the move.
I said this on Sunday. I think it was Sunday or Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a fan of the Pirates for 21 seasons now. It's my 21st season of being a fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen a lot of losing seasons, a lot of 100-loss seasons.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the darkest week of my entire.
I think it's dark more for the fact that like not to like downplay those 100-loss seasons, like not to be that guy, but it's like I guess you expected rough with that. You know what I mean?
If we're going to allow this guy to make trades, trade away Hayes, say Hayes, Keller, Bednar, all of them get traded. Even Cruz. If we cross the line that far, I don't know. I don't know what my feeling of the team would be.
It's fair.
For the remainder of this season, at least.
It's fair.
I might come back in the spring. I don't think I'm going to watch this team.
So Pittsburgh, get your fan contract ready to go here for Nick.
Yeah.
Might be testing the free agent waters.
Hayes was middle of the pack. He should not trade Hayes.
I think the ramifications too here that we haven't talked about is I think it's very clearly to me now the Mariners got to be the front runner for Suarez.
Yeah, because that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to get off of what you're saying, but like that's pretty apparent to me now.
You were thinking Suarez was going to go first, and people were going to want Hayes.
Correct.
But Hayes, people are jumping to Hayes first. And let's dial back and talk about who Key Brian Hayes is.
Yeah.
Key Brian Hayes is an elite fielder.
I was about to say defensive way plus guy.
He's probably going to win another Gold Glove this year.
Yeah.
And
the bat has just regressed back to a mean though that
he's just a line drive hitter, and he's an inconsistent line drive hitter.
Yeah.
The power has never come.
Yeah.
It just hasn't.
What was it? 21 he had that year, and that's when they kind of gave him that extension.
Yeah, I think so.
After that, it's just regressed back to the mean.
He's just a contact hitter, and at times he gets hot, and he has a great run. But just reading off what you said, got a reliever that's been in the league for a while now, and some shortstop prospect who I guarantee can play 100 positions because that's what they love. We're a team full of utility hitters, utility players. No, I don't like to trade immediately. I don't like what this guy does at all. And here's the worst part. We're a team that can't hit, and we're trading hitters.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. No, I hear you.
And the biggest thing I'm going to take a look at if he does make more trades, his message going into this week or into the trade deadline era, we want to get the Pirates better for 2026.
Yeah.
If we trade Keller, Paul, for a bunch of minor leaguers,
you're not getting better.
How does that help the 2026 team?
You're not getting better for 2026.
No, I'm just saying.
Unless you're just doing it so you clear a definite path for like Bubba Chandler. But even then, though, like I just don't view that as getting better for 26.
This could be the start of a dark, dark day and a half here.
All right, let's get back.
Anyway, Speedway Classic.
Let's get back to the Speedway Classic.
Speedway Classic going to be great. Red's got a great third baseman now, so check it out. But in all seriousness, it's going to be great crowd. I'm intrigued to see what it's going to look like with all those people in there, and I think it's cool that MLB is doing something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because there are certain elements that they could do and couldn't do with at the track. I think for a lot of people who don't know about Bristol Motor Speedway, there's going to be some head-turning stuff, I think, shown, whether inadvertently or advertently. They have the Jumbotron there is insane. It can't be moved because of its size.
And
so
where is it?
They had to adjust the field to it. I think it slightly overhangs left field, but not anything that should interfere with play because frankly, if somebody were to hit a ball at that height at where it overhangs on the field, we would probably be talking about like a 1,000-foot home run. So,
and it's just Saturday's game, right?
Yeah, just a game on Saturday. Looking forward to it. 85,000 people.
That's pretty cool. Is it the highest attendance ever?
Yeah, ever. As somebody who has been to Bristol Motor Speedway now, it's going to be exciting.
That's right. You just went there this year.
Like I said, for people like us, I think it's going to be must see. I don't know. I'm intrigued to see how the viewership is on the TV side of it, but
And your two favorite sports coming together.
Yeah, left turns only, baby.
Two favorite sports. I'm thinking college football third.
College football probably is third at this point. Yeah.
What's you putting baseball ahead of NASCAR?
Yeah.
So baseball won.
Yeah. So, hey, speaking of NASCAR, my transition's not going to be Watkins Glen first. How about my guy Bubba?
I know, right?
How about it? You want to know the part that makes me upset as a fan and what happened? It has nothing to do with Bubba in this sense. I had to not be able to watch. I was listening to it on the radio and audio feed, so that part was live.
I did watch it. I was at work and I looked at the race and I saw he was in first place and there's like 2 laps left. And I was like, let me check it out. And then I turn it on. It's an overtime.
Yeah.
And I watched the whole overtime.
So, I'm going to preface it this way. Have you been up on 490 at all this summer with how they're doing the construction and stuff like that? Okay. It's miserable even on weekends to the point that like I literally get off the thruway like 2 exits before to avoid it. So I'm driving through the middle of like Pittsford and Parenton and everything like that to get up to U of R.
While he was in overtime?
To get up to U of R for our baseball game Saturday night. Well, we were playing in the mornings, but Saturday night, so with 5 to go or whatever it was, 6 to go, the announcers on the radio feed go, caution on the track. I'm like sitting there going like, God damn it.
Restart.
Right? And because Larson was kind of coming, but I don't know if Larson was going to have enough time. I don't know, right? I'm sitting there going like, God, like, I'm sitting there going like, he's going to lose. And he held off Larson.
I watched it.
2 straight restarts.
He did a good job.
Yeah,
I thought Larson was going to pass him there.
So it was great. It was pretty cool. Obviously, I loved it.
They were worried about gas.
It makes me, for him, with the playoffs, so much easier, man. I don't have to worry about this week at Iowa. I definitely don't have to worry about next week at Watkins Glen because Bubba's not a great road course racer. It's great.
They didn't run out of gas.
No.
And
the only guy out of that 3-pack of cars who had big trouble that didn't run out of gas was Bubba. So.
And I mean,
he was up there all day too. By the way,
win solidifies his regular season so far, but he's actually had a really good year this year.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah,
he's had put up some good points this year.
Yeah, I think this put him, back at number 10 in the points technically, even though that's where he pretty much is.
It's his 3rd win.
That's the way the playoffs go. Yeah,
3rd career win, and it's
first crown jewel win for him too.
A special win right there.
Yeah,
you drink the milk? They do that?
No, they don't do that for NASCAR. Unfortunately,
He does kiss the bricks though.
Yes. Sorry, I don't know what's going on outside. You
Train.
I don't hear a horn.
I thought I just heard one.
Oh, really?
I could be wrong. I thought I just heard one, but
Either way.
they do kiss the bricks though.
Yeah, they do kiss the bricks. Actually, NASCAR was the one who started the kissing the bricks tradition.
Oh, really?
Dale Jarrett, yeah. So, hey, speaking of Bubba and Watkins Glen next week, like we said, we won't be in studio next week, but I'll be down there for the 3 main days of action. Now, I don't go down on Thursday, obviously. There's no on-track action, but with the ARCA series and Truck series, they're both double-heading this year on Friday. I'll be down there pretty much all day Friday. Then obviously Saturday for Xfinity and Cup on Sunday. Are you looking at just Saturday, Sunday again this year?
Yes. I think I can get my credentials Thursday.
Right. Yeah. No, you can get them. I think technically starting Wednesday
because
I know it is Thursday.
I was planning to go see my buddy Josh Langley, friend of the pod, on that Thursday. So I was thinking of picking my credentials up that day.
Yeah.
And if I have time, I don't know, but I'll pick up my credentials either Thursday or Friday, and then I'm going Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. So I'll be there for both days.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking my camera down for sure Friday and Saturday. I want to try and get some pictures. I have a couple ideas on spots. Tough to when I don't have credential for Watkins, so I'm going to do my best in
same
areas
seats.
I can't go and what?
Same seats you getting?
Yeah, down in turn 1. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. It's tough. It sucks that the way it fell this year with it. We're kind of we don't even know we know who's going to be there, but we don't have the entry list yet. It's interesting. The Cup. And to be fair, some of the Xfinity stuff, too, has now been thrown for a little bit of a loop with some driver stuff happening already going on.
Trucks are back.
Trucks are back. Looking forward to that. Cup. We aren't going to do predictions right now because it's just whatever. Cup guys to keep names on. Shane Van Gisbergen, who's just been on fire on road courses this year. Your usuals, Chase Elliott, right? Kyle Larson. The guy who won last year, Chris Buescher, is the best average finisher in this current generation of car on the road course. Keep an eye on him.
Byron.
Bubba
does hang around for a little bit.
He's gotten better at road courses. I'm not putting up there as a contender.
He's always right around 15th.
But his teammate, Tyler Reddick, Michael McDowell is going to be a name to keep an eye on.
Ty Gibbs.
Connor Zilich is running the Cup race this year as well. Keep an eye on him.
Obviously Lars.
Yep. On the Xfinity side, I think it's Zilich for sure to keep an eye on. Allmendinger too on both sides. Now I'm thinking about it. Truck Series is a little bit more, I wouldn't even say technically wide open. Corey Himes will be the name you want to keep an eye on there. And then
Austin Hills won, though. He won the truck one a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, and he runs Xfinity now. He's actually suspended this weekend. The Xfinity.
Oh, really? Is he going to
he turned a guy intentionally at Indy, and that's a big no-no at a track like Indy. So that, and he kind of cussed at NASCAR, so either way.
People are cussing at people all the time this week, apparently.
Yeah, it was an interesting week. But yeah, that's that. What are you looking forward to this year now at Watkins Glen? Because I know for people like you and me, I mean you more so than me even in this case because you are in the media center and stuff like that. You get to see it from a pretty different lens than even the fans usually do outside. Yeah. So
it's the same experience. Parking's the same. Credentials are a lot easier since the first year.
I'm not talking about parking.
Parking's the same. Most miserable people in the world work at the media center. Like, smile a little bit. Come on, these people, man.
I'm not going to, yeah.
Some of them are nice, but just like,
I don't.
It can be so rude.
So I don't, obviously, I've never really interacted with them. But I do know some people who have outside of like you. And really, I'm hoping the next generation that kind of takes over the press pool, we'll just call it for lack of a better term, can kind of just be not as curmudgeon-y.
I'm like here having a good time, excited to be here. And these people just don't look like they're thrilled at all. Some do, but they got good chicken nuggets there. I'll give them that. Chicken tenders. So looking forward to that. Unlimited Cokes and Sprites. Can't argue with that. So thank you, WGI, for that. But, looking forward to it. Driver-wise, that's what you want to hear out of me. Want to see my guy Chase Elliott finally win. I want my guy Chase Elliott in the media room after the race. He was there the first year I went. The first time I walked into that media center, he's coming out the door, Chase Elliott, and he's coming in because I think he just won the pole or something. And that was like the first time I saw anybody there. One year I saw Dale Earnhardt Jr., which was kind of cool. Seeing Kyle Larson enough. Looking to enjoy it. Hopefully weather will be good. I wish we had the weather we got this weekend.
Yeah,
nice and cool.
The extended forecast I saw for the moment next week. We got rain, I think, a little bit early on, but we'll see. Stuff can change in a week. So
maybe one of these years you get a press pass and come down with me.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I did have the hot pass, though, a couple of years ago, which was pretty good. So, either way.
Fans can get the pit passes, can't they?
Yeah, but it's not as whatever, so it's, I don't know. Anyway, do you want to do a quick review? You didn't solo watch it, but for the podcast, you solo watched the new Jurassic
I don't want to
movie.
spoil it for you.
Okay, so
I don't want to spoil
no review then?
Nah.
All right. Sorry, I'm keeping track here of potential stuff happening here.
I'm trying to figure out who I want to shout out, though.
All right, well, so that does it for the podcast then here. I'll fill some time here for Nick for a moment. Like, share, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Nick.
Yeah, thanks for the 2 seconds.
It's the best I can do in this case.
Said a little slower.
You want to know what? How about you do my job then? How about that?
Here, I'm shouting out a celebrity today.
Celebrity?
Yeah, it's been a while. Celebrity shout out to Bob Nutting. If you want to call him a celebrity. Please.
I don't know where you're going.
Please fire Ben Cherington. Don't let him ruin this team. This is the trade deadline episode. Please. He's already ruined this team in the last 20 minutes. Don't let him ruin this team anymore. Paul. They're going to ruin it, man.
It's okay. We'll get through this
But
together.
you can't break anything that's already broke.
Fair. It's fair. We'll get through it together. Oh. I hope I didn't just cause anything to happen here. Nope, we're good. Okay. Nick, we'll get through it together, okay? Nick, I appreciate you.
Thanks.
I appreciate everybody for listening and tuning in. We'll see everybody in a couple of weeks.
Enjoy the Glen next week.
Exactly. We'll talk later on.